Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and tonight's topic of discussion I hope will be helpful to all the men and women who are confused about real love. By the end of our discussion, I am positive that you will have answers to questions about true love, about soulmate, about marriage, and how to work out a marriage, and I'm hopeful that this will be more beneficial to the women, because you guys are completely clueless about what you're doing. You are naive in relationships, and I hope to educate you more on the topic of relationships and how to find the right person. I want to give you guys a little disclaimer before I begin. Whatever I say will have a connotation that is philosophical and spiritual, and I layer philosophy and spirituality, sometimes even astrology, into whatever I say. Now, you may accept this or you may deny it, but I will still say it, and if this will throw you off or if you're offended by this, please skip through the video, or you do not have to watch the video. But I am entitled to my own opinion, and you are entitled to your own opinion. I just wanted to put that out there and say that I will bring up issues that are philosophical or spiritual from time to time and throw it into the video, and I don't want anybody to get offended, so I'm just going to say that before I begin. Now, without any further ado, let's begin. People have a lot of illusions about this topic. They have a lot of misconceptions, and they believe in a lot of myths about real love. And it's really important to have the real right perspective when you try to understand this topic. So I urge you to come with an open mind to understand this topic. There is no perfect individual in the entire world. The one who understands the concept that nobody is perfect and that every human is flawed to a certain degree is woke. So why do I talk about being woke? It ties into the concept of what true love is, which is deep understanding of the other person and radical acceptance of their nature. In order for you to understand someone deeply, you need to give it time. Observe the nature of the other person. Sometimes, automatically, when you spend time with a person long enough, their true nature starts to emerge. And that'll give you an opportunity to assess and deeply understand the other person in order for you to move on to the next step, that is radical acceptance. Once you understand the person and check with your internal moral compass if the person's qualities are acceptable to you, once you make that check, then you can radically accept another human. But there are some people who cannot be accepted radically. Those people have a value system that is not in alignment with yours. So there comes a problem. So it is very important to not jump into relationships prematurely, because that doesn't give you time to deeply understand a person so that you can radically accept another person. So these two aspects are very important in a real loving relationship: a deep understanding and radical acceptance. I urge you to take time with relationships, because once you observe a person, time is very telling of a person's nature. When we're talking relationships, we need to understand that there is three principal aspects to a relationship. One is what you are as an individual and what your partner is as an individual. And the third most crucial aspect of the relationship is the relationship itself and what you both bring or add to it to make it a wholesome relationship. Two people need to add to the relationship to create the relationship. The relationship is not created and nurtured on its own. You need to water it. And once you recognize the person that you want to have a relationship with, and you both come together in a relationship, you need to understand that the other person is not a perfect individual. Everybody has a good and a bad side to them. Humans are inherently flawed. So what I'm trying to say is that you cannot bypass the negatives of a person and only enjoy the blissful aspects of that person. He or she comes as a package. You need to be able to deal with the positives and the negatives. So the question is, how much of his or her negatives are you able to handle? And are those negatives toxic or bearable? In order to experience the bliss of a relationship, you must be willing to experience the other person's dark side too. You cannot accept a person's positive side and dismiss their negative side. In every relationship, there is an initial period of bliss, which we call the honeymoon period, that doesn't unfortunately last long. Once the honeymoon phase passes, which is most probably going to be 6 months to a year if you're lucky, so once that phase passes, real love is hard work. It is sheer hard work. Alright, so after you fall into a relationship, you drop love bombs on each other, you wear the rose-tinted glasses, you spend enough amount of time with each other and think that the other person is perfect for you. This is when a lot of people move on to the next step, that is marriage. Most of the people look at marriage as the destination, the end-all, be-all, the destination that they arrive at, and from there hope that everything will be rosy, everything will be peachy, and they expect that life will magically fall into place and everything is going to be sunshine and butterflies. They expect that to be the part 2 where everything will settle into place, and they expect marriage to be even better than the relationship. If you get into marriage with this mindset, you are going to fail miserably. So what you need to understand is that marriage is not a destination. It is so important to understand that marriage is all about the journey. It has to do more with the course of the relationship rather than the destination of the relationship. The actual hard work begins now. This is a relationship that will go through the hills of good and bad. There will be testing times. There will be highs where you'll celebrate. There will be lows where you will cry. Because there is no relationship that is drama-free and trouble-free. Even if there is a relationship that is drama-free, there is no relationship that is trouble-free. When complications arise in relationship, they are the most telling of the nature of the relationship that you have established with your person. The quality of the marriage will be tested in times of complications. But when you have entered marriage with someone called true love, when you have a true lover in union with you in this relationship called marriage, you will see certain aspects emerge in the relationship. If you marry a true lover, there will be continuity, there will be stability, there will be sustainability, and there will be an aspect of permanence to your relationship, no matter what trials and tribulations it passes through. The hallmarks of a real relationship that is based on true love are stability, permanence, and sustainability. A relationship with your true love is a relationship in which there is tremendous security that enables you to go to bed thinking that I have an unbreakable bond with another human. This bond will never break. The other person will ride or die for you no matter what. To be able to go to bed with that sense of security is a blessing. There is nothing superficial about real love, about true, genuine love. True love is deep, my dear friend. So, the entire context of the relationship, the interpersonal relationship called marriage, is based on sustainability. Sustainability is everything. It is not about what brought you guys together, but it is all about what makes you stick through this journey called life. It has to be something aside from love, lust. It has to be something aside from sex, the comfortable feelings that you have with each other, the superficialities. There has to be something more profound that holds you guys together. When you both are working towards a shared goal, a shared vision for the future that involves both of you and not anybody else, then you know that the person wants to stick with you and that the person is in it for the long haul. Vision that the person will have is to cherish the other party throughout the lifespan of the relationship. When shit doesn't go right, these are the people, the true lovers, who are going to stick with you and make things right. They're not going to give up on you just like that. They can't even give up on you. They can't give up on you because they are your safety net. And if you love them, you are their safety net. You both are in a symbiotic relationship where you are each other's safety net. In successful relationships, when things don't go well, people sit down and talk like adults. Communication is the key. They don't neglect issues that are bothering them or that are bothering the other person. They try to problem solve. Problem solving is a mature act. People sit down like adults and work through their problems. If you don't have the same goals, if you both are on different pages and you have irreconcilable differences, that is a sign that this is not a marriage that will last. What are some examples of irreconcilable differences? Let me give you some examples. For example, when one person is an empath and the other person is a psychotic, that won't work. When one is a drug addict and the other is not an addict, when one is a sociopath and the other is an empath, when one person is an abuser and the other is a victim, when one person is a sadist and the other person is a masochist. Sadomasochistic relationships last very long, but they're not healthy. It's when two people are on two radically different pages that both of them to come together and become enmeshed in a relationship is horrific. That is not going to go well. Instead of working out troublesome relationships, you can separate from these relationships which are toxic. That reminds me that I should talk about toxic relationships in a whole another video. But there is no point in staying in relationships where two people are radically different. The victim needs to let go of the abuser. You cannot put up with toxic relationships and call it real love. It is never a good idea to stay in relationships for convenience. But also, people who are in relationships that are based on convenience really don't care about love and romance. If you're someone that is looking for love, please do not stay in marriages that are based on convenience, in marriages that are transactional. That is, you are looking for something that is not inside of you, that is not with you. Go find that something that you're looking for in your partner and then go and participate in a relationship. The longevity of a relationship is based on the mutual trust, admiration, respect, and patience that you have for each other. Marriage is like an investment. It's a joint investment in each other. It is two people who are invested in each other's well-being. You get together, you marry, and then you make kids, and you build a house. It's an investment. It is an ongoing investment where you continually invest in the other person's well-being. Over the years, when shit hits the roof, you must be convinced that you made the right decision by choosing so and so as your partner. People tend to put physical attraction on the top shelf. They're like, I need physical attraction for a relationship. I agree that attraction, being physically attracted to a person, is necessary, but there is something more that happens in a soulmate equation where you feel like, I know this person from another lifetime. That feeling is very special. It is a beautiful feeling. When you meet your soulmate, you're definitely gonna feel that inside of you. With true love in your life, you have a peace of mind, a sense of calm. A real lover will be your biggest cheerleader. They will always and always work with you. They will never work against you. They will be a true helper and seek to help you out no matter what circumstance you are in. They will try to do the most that they can to bring you out of negative circumstances. With that being said, some people ask me about relationships that have gone wrong or relationships that are troublesome. Not every relationship that you have is supposed to be with your soulmate. I believe that certain relationships are predestined. You are supposed to meet a person in order for you to jointly accomplish something with the other person that you would not have been able to accomplish all by yourself. There is a reason why people come together, even if they're not good for each other, even if they're not each other's true love. Throughout your life, you will have designated relationships. The relationship with your other half, the relationship in which you are made for each other, or a relationship where you are not made for each other, but you are designated to be in order to accomplish something or learn something. Every relationship has a purpose. It is never for no reason. There is a reason for why you meet certain people in your life. You're lucky enough if you've met your soulmate. But if you haven't met your soulmate, understand there is a purpose to every relationship. It's just that sometimes you meet the right person and sometimes you don't meet the right person. Okay, sometimes women and men both wonder if a relationship that they had lost in the past is the relationship that they were meant to be in, and they regret about things that they could have done better in order to keep the relationship. I'll tell you some fun facts about regrets, crying over your exes. Sometimes men and women wonder if something they said, if something they wore, if something they did not say has affected a previous relationship. Like something that's really, really trivial, like I wore this sweater that I should not have worn. Maybe I should have worn a longer dress. Maybe the person that I was dating was into traditional women. Maybe I should have spoken and said a certain line in order for my person to not get offended. If only I could have saved this relationship by doing something differently. If you have ever thought along these lines, I will tell you that it takes a whole lot from your side for a relationship with your soulmate to break off. It cannot be broken off by something as trivial as wearing a fluorescent sweater that your partner did not approve of. It takes a lot more. You have to do something terribly wicked in order for your soulmate to leave you. If that was a soulmate, if the person of the past was your soulmate, he or she would have never left you. The very fact that it is over is telling you that that is not your person. They were a relationship from which you had to learn something. A true soulmate never leaves easily. So stop beating yourself up. Stop holding these regrets. Let go completely and be open to new experiences with hopefully better people. A soulmate is not easy to lose. A soulmate is hard to lose. Stop bullshitting yourself when you say, I should have worn this dress, I should have said these sentences, I should have put on some more makeup. All of this is bullshit. This is crap. The minute the person walked out, it is over. Stop entertaining exes. If you marry people for beauty or for money, understand that you have not made a good decision. When you marry someone, you need to focus on values, morals, and ideals, because understand that these are the characters that are hard to buy. These are the very characters that will be passed on to the genes of your children. You want to marry a man or a woman who is high in character, integrity. Be very mindful of who you choose to be your husband or wife. Your husband or wife, if they love you, will never humiliate you, will never make you feel less than, and will never criticize you. I've been telling this over and over again. Public humiliation is something that they will never do to you. They will guard what's in your best interest at all times, and they always act in your best interest. If you're sad and if you're facing a setback, they will do whatever it takes to bring you out of gloom and doom one way or the other. It's all about who puts in effort. Along with your family, even if your family does not put in effort, your person will be putting in the effort to bring a smile back onto your face. Do not go into marriage with the idea of what you want. Go into marriage with the idea of what you need. It's never about height, color, wealth. It's all about ideals, character, and a heart of gold. I'm telling you honestly, it is so tough to find a high quality person these days. If you find one, trust me, forget all other criteria that you attached to your ideal soulmate that is superficial. None of that matters. You will understand it at a later point of time that all the superficial qualities and wealth does not matter. It's about what substance the other person has. Real love. Let's talk a little bit about real love now, because there is no real marriage if there is no real love. You want to go into an equation of till death do us apart only with a person who has proven to you that he or she can love you unconditionally. You want to find this aspect of unconditional love that you can find in your parents, in your partner. When someone doesn't take their love back when things get hard, that's a sign that they love you. True love is steady. It's not on and off. Your person knows that they want you, and nobody can convince them otherwise. Their love for you does not waver. based on circumstances, and their love will only intensify in times of crisis. True love is forgiving. When you do something wrong and confess it and show remorse, true love will forgive you. True love is expressive. When a person loves you, they will express their love to you in several forms or fashions based on their love language. True love is honest with you at all times. The person cannot lie to you. Even if it upsets you, honesty and integrity is everything for a righteous person. True love is righteous. They cannot go to bed having lied to you. They will not keep you in the dark about anything, and they will tell you the truth at all times. Loyalty is the essence of true love. When someone goes out of their way to stay loyal to you, when someone goes out of their way to avoid temptation, that is the biggest sign that they love you. A man or a woman who is not easily pulled into pleasures of the flesh, pulled into instant gratification because of the love that they have for you, is a gem. A true lover will guard himself or herself against the evil people who will try to break your relationship. They will reject invitations and offers to participate in infidelity. Let's talk about the really attractive, super duper hot, film star celebrity hot partner. Say you're married to a person who is extremely good looking, that they are always getting hit on, and they have plenty of opportunities to cheat. But if this person gives himself or herself away so easily, that says a lot about how much regard they have for you. They don't give a fuck about you, so they share themselves easily with every XYZ. And they come back to you and look you in the eye with no remorse. Do not stay in relationships with someone who is a pathological liar and someone who cheats on you. If you've settled with someone of this low quality character, please leave. That is my honest advice to you. A true lover will not be a prey to anybody's sexual advances and will not prey on others. It's just that your union is too divine for them to cheat on you. If you've been blessed with an extremely good-looking person, and if you think it is a blessing, it is only a blessing when the extremely good-looking person goes about life rejecting hundreds of offers just to be with you. Now, when you found a good-looking person who has the morals of a king or a queen, that's when you've been doubly blessed. If someone's expression of love is matched with their actions, with their loyalty, with their sacrifices, that's a sign that someone loves you. Real love is not about being loud, shouting, and professing one's love for the other person. It's about the actions one takes. It's about loyalty. It's about sticking with you when the crowds leave. It's about remaining by your side at all times through thick and thin. Someone who loves you is fiercely loyal to you. Get that burnt in your head. A soulmate is a person who has the greatest love for you. When times are good, it's really hard to tell if the person that you are effing with is your soulmate or not. When there is luck and prosperity, everybody's on your side, you're partying. But when there is loss and tears, there is a crystallization of facts. Who is my real love, who is genuine, and who is flaky, and who is low quality. These are the aspects that will come into the limelight. A real lover will stay with you until the bitterness passes, until the sun rises and there's smiles on your face. During the bitterness, they're there with you even more. They put in even more effort to bring you out of bitterness. There is nothing lofty about true love. There is no ego. The one who loves you will humble himself or herself and say sorry to you when they fuck up. When they make mistakes, they are ready to say sorry and apologize because the issue at hand is not as valuable as you. They are always ready to apologize because they value you more than the issue at hand. In real love, your person puts you above anything and everything. You are a priority for your person. They will put you above friends, family, acquaintances, everybody that they know. They will put you above everybody they know because they value you. They may not place you above family, but they will place you on a parallel with their family and give you the same kind of importance. In real love, the person loves you for who you are and for not what is attached to you. It's for who you are on the inside. Real love is hard work. Because guess what? When the hormones wear off, when age comes in, when you put on weight, when the wrinkles begin to form, and when all of the sex appeal is lost. Trust me, it happens. It is coming to every single human. It is inevitable. To age and to deteriorate is inevitable. It is in this phase where you are deteriorating that you understand if you married the right person. Because when the desire and the lust is wearing off, and in the end, pain and suffering is catching on. Trust me, when the end comes, it is not pretty. It is very ugly. There is suffering, there is disease, there is hospital beds, an aspect of not being able to take care of yourself. When pain and suffering comes on, true love holds on to you. They do not give up and disappear, irrespective of the hardships that you go through in life. 'Cause believe me, it is coming. Death is inevitable, and the journey to death, especially in the ending, in the last few years of your life, is not pretty. Remember that we are all heading towards the grave. Every day above earth has to be celebrated. You should live your life with joy. Share your joy with others. Spread love and joy as long as you're above earth, because at any given day you could be beneath the earth. Be grateful for the days that you're alive, and be grateful if you have real love in your life. Because trust me, not everybody is lucky to die in their sleep. It is suffering for more than 90% of the people. When the end comes, it is brutal. Sometimes you lose memory. Sometimes you lose control over your bowels. Sometimes you lose consciousness. Sometimes disease takes over the body. Extreme pain and suffering are all part of end of life. It is at this time that you have your true love by your side, still going strong for you, still going hard for you. picking up your feces and excretory matter, changing your urine bags, feeding you, cooking for you, cleaning up your body, and serving you with all that they have got, even if they are old as well. True love is by your side at the hospital, holding your hand, even if their heart is broken into a million pieces. By witnessing your suffering, they are going to be there for you. They are going to pray for you. They are going to serve for you until they die. They will do anything and everything in their capacity to revive you. They will support you, and in the end, even if they cannot do anything to bring you back, they will give you the most meaningful goodbye as you exit this life and prepare to reincarnate. A true lover will be by your side till the finality of your life. Please take into account what I have spoken about, because it is really important to share your life with someone worthy, someone who will make this ride called life more beautiful, someone who will not add burden to your life. With that being said, take care of yourself. I will see you for another video. Bye for now.